What's up, coach? Think about this. What is defense, right? That's an odd question to be asking, but I'm gonna go around and asking people, what is defense? And I'm gonna show you how I simplify it for my team so that everybody can be on the same page. Real quick, so in regards to sports in general, what is defense?
Defense?
What is defense? What is it? Like, what is it to you? How do you define what defense is?
It's tough.
I mean, you're a basketball player, right? You play defense, so what is it?
It's protecting the basket for basketball.
Okay.
Football is protecting the end zone.
Okay.
And for other sports.
So how do you protect it? What do you mean by, what does that mean, protect it?
You have to stop the other players from getting a bucket.
Okay.
And then for football, you just have to keep grinding and suck.
Okay, cool. So how would you describe what defense is to somebody who has no idea about what it is, anything, like simplify it for me, what is it?
I would say it's to stop the other person from scoring,
okay,
in a simple term of, whether they have to get in a goal or basket or anything, you want to play defense without, hands sliding your feet. That's in most sports, besides soccer and stuff like that, but in football. But we're talking about basketball, you just, stopping the guy from scoring, and, helping out your teammates to stop their person from scoring. So I think it's more of a team thing and an individual thing.
There you go. Cool. What is defense?
Sit in front of your man and not letting them score.
So is that across the board? You're talking about for all sports? That's what you're saying? So I'm talking about defense. What is defense exactly?
I'd say stopping your opponent to what they're trying to do.
Okay.
What the goal is.
All right, Audrey, what do you think, man?
Just making your opponent's life as hard as possible and not letting them do what they want to do.
Okay, cool. What about you, man? What do you think?
Not letting the other team score.
Not letting the other team score. So in sports in general. Okay, so let's not think of it in a sports reference. Okay, what is defense if we're not talking about sports? What is defense? What's that?
Protecting yourself.
Protecting yourself or protecting anything? Yeah. So protection. Is that it? You guys have anything else? Is there? You're protecting. You stopping the other person from doing what they want to do. Yeah. Basically. All right. Pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So what is defense, right? I mean, defense is a unique thing. It's a unique question. And when you ask different people, ask your team. Ask your team, what is defense? Ask them to describe it to you. You're probably going to get different variations of what defense is, right? And depending on what sport you coach or whatever it is, or whether or not, what type of situation you're thinking about defense. But for your team, and especially for my team, I like to simplify it so that everybody understands what I'm talking about when we say playing defense, okay? So think about this. Let's break it down for me and how I break it down to my team, okay? So defense. First of all, I like to think about defense. I always use the analogy of think about like a medieval castle, right? A medieval castle, and it's got maybe a moat around it or water. Maybe it's on an island, or maybe it's up on a mountain and it's got high walls around it. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Like, there are lines of defense. Think about that, right? You have the uphill battle or high walls that they have to go through, or a moat of water, things that are, lines of defense. Or think about, like the White House or something that is highly protected. Excuse me, it's got things that are lines of defense, right? Things that you would have to get through in order to get to where you wanted to go. So I like to think about it as simplifying it as things that are in the way. That's it. Okay, so if you think about this, like if you're playing defense by being in the way, right? Okay, so in my book, when we're playing defense, all we want to do is be in the way. It has nothing to do with trying to block a shot or trying to take the ball from them. Just be in the way. Have you ever gone down a hallway and you're coming across somebody and you kind of go like this and you both kind of stop because we're both kind of in each other's way for a split second. Well, for that split second, you play defense on that person because you got in their way. Those are the type of things, the situation, that's how I break it down to my team. So when I'm talking about playing defense to my team, especially if you're talking about a younger team, what is defense? Everyone's gonna have a different opinion of what that is. So it's important to make sure that you streamline that idea so that everybody understands what you mean by defense, right? And so in my book, defense is just being in the way, period. just be in the way. Because sometimes whether you watch NBA, WNBA, college, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter how good the defense is. You can play amazing defense and the offense still scores, right? Which happens. It doesn't happen too much at our level here. I mean, if you're playing amazing defense, odds are the defense is going to win. But there's always those slim times where the offense, it just happens to be better. And okay, you have to swallow that pill. But in regards to playing good, solid defense, it just means being in the way. Being in the way of somebody driving down the lane. Being in the way of somebody, if somebody's taking a shot. Has nothing to do with blocking a shot, stealing the ball, all that stuff. Okay, I know in my program here, it makes it a lot easier to take charges. I posted a video, and I'll have it down here in my link, about how we take charges. And in order to take a charge, the first thing you have to do is be in the way, right? So in my book, playing defense means being in the way. It has nothing else to do outside of that. So that's how I streamline it. But I would recommend that however you view defense, and again, my way is not perfect, of course, okay? There's multiple ways of breaking it down, but that's just how I view it. And that's how I want my players to view it. So however it is that you view, obviously I've pointed out the fact, or I've proven the fact that everyone's got a different opinion on what defense is, right? And it's probably the same for your team. You want to make sure that everybody is on the same page in regards to how you explain what defense is, okay? So just make sure you streamline it and you make it simple so that everybody can understand it, so you're all on the same page. And for me, when I'm saying you're playing good defense, that means you're being in the way. Good luck to you, Coach. Thanks.